It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I'm sorry to take you back to this moment. I know we were all absolutely depressed on Monday morning, but still so proud. The Proteas' hopes were left unfulfilled at the recent Netball World Cup, and we were gutted. They secured a sixth-place finish in the tournament. However, amidst the disappointment, a couple of remarkable individuals shone through, notably Nichole Taljaard with her defining moment materializing during the match against New Zealand when her literally last second goal secured an unforgettable draw against one of the best in the business, the Silver Ferns.
And today we are delighted to have Nichole in studio with us, and what a special day, especially since it's being Women's Day. It's great to have you here. Has the excitement, have you processed all of what's just been happening over the last week?
Not yet. I think I've just touched base again, just getting back with my fiance and family, seeing the rest of the family today. Still need to go through everything, do a little bit of analysis, see what has happened. But still, yeah, just trying to normalize myself again.
Normalize. What was the Netball World Cup experience like for you?
Oh, it was amazing. It was like a goosebump moment every single time. Every time we left the hotel for training, walking into the arena, being sold out every single game of ours, being able to see family and friends sitting in the crowd. I think that's just an experience you'll never get anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, it's a once in a lifetime. So I'm so glad that you got to experience that, but equally as disappointed that you didn't have, as individuals who've worked so hard and given so much to netball and South African sport, that you didn't get that moment. Yeah. Have you been able to process that in any way? And how did the ladies handle through this journey? Have you guys spoken about it? Where do you sit mentally at this phase? Because I'm still hurting, so I can only imagine you must be gutted.
So I think immediately after our game against New Zealand, we knew how the pool match or the rounds worked. Is we could only lose one to be able to go through. I think the pools were set out a bit strange.
Yeah.
Having the top three of each pool going through and then only two of that to follow. And unfortunately, I think our pool and the one we joined with had four of the top teams.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it just wasn't going to work in our favor if we lost more than one. And where the first or the other two pools that were playing with, England and Australia, I feel like they didn't have easier teams maybe, but I think their ride was maybe a little bit easier than ours, yes.
No, for sure.
But it was a lovely experience, and I think we were gutted after that equaliser against New Zealand, knowing we had already lost against Jamaica, and because of the pool New Zealand had, their goal difference was so much bigger, them winning with 100 points to some of the teams.
Yeah.
So it's tough to compete against that when moving into the next pool and us not having the opportunity to have such large score margins against the teams.
I love the fact that we all believed you were going to get 64 goals more than them. And we were like, no, we can do this, we can do it.
Against a team that's ranked either just one above or below us.
But it speaks to the pride and the confidence we have in you guys. Yeah. So just take that as a feather in the cap. Yeah.
Definitely. And I mean, we are so proud. I mean, when I saw you now, I was like, oh, I'm fangirling here. So I watched it, but you inspired so many young individuals and women in particular, girls, to watch and be like, oh my word, I love netball. I want to play professional netball one day. How do you think we can get more girls excited and be part of sport?
Oh, I think that was actually the big goal we had with this World Cup, with the team, and why we wanted to do so well. We obviously have been training so hard with a group of us from last year, being contracted, getting together so often. I think it's the most I've seen netball players my whole life this past year.
And you could see it in the flow as well.
Yes, we were a little family, like we've literally been in each other's space. And I think the reason we actually wanted to do so well, yes, for ourselves and all the work we've put in, but for the fans and for the little girls out there, just to show to them what we have in South Africa and how far we can go.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we couldn't do that for them, but I hope they could still see how much we put in and how much we wanted it. So I think for the young girls out there, we just want them to know that it is possible and that we're still competing, and we are definitely equal or good enough to be competing with the top 4 or 5 teams in the world.
Yeah, to beat them.
Yes.
That's how good we are. And it feels like we've had a seat at that table. We just need these moments to go in our favour. And I think netball is unforgiving. It's played at such a furious pace that if you let that 2 or 3 goal cushion set in, it's very, very tough against a really well-placed team. For you, as the individual, to have those moments in that space. Obviously, that buzzer shot is just beyond what any of our hearts could take. How do you feel personally in your journey through this World Cup? Do you see it as a success? Do you see it as a new challenge to approach moving forward? How have you been able to lock your head around this?
I think definitely both of those, success and a challenge. Success in the way that I didn't actually expect to go into this World Cup getting as much game time as I did. Everyone in our team is so amazing, and I have so much respect for all of the players. Even if you look at myself and the other goal attack we play such different styles of netball.
Sure.
And I think that's what's amazing is not one player in the team that plays the same position plays the same type of netball. So you know when you're put on court, you are there to bring something different. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not to play the same as the other person. So when we went into this World Cup, I thought there was a certain game plan going in, having this other goal attack in the team, and I supported her so much. And I think that's what's amazing. There's no competition within the team. It's all external.
Yeah.
So the support in the team is so amazing that we are able to be there and motivate one each other. I think even the first game coming in, I was terrified. I sat on the bench and I was like, okay, Almaray, you can do this. I told myself if the other goal attack, Almaray, is here to win us that goal, I back her 100% because in the end, I get the money too. So I was like, I'm here to support her, and I think she's amazing, and I think having myself or her on court would have pulled it through for us. So I think just getting that chance, I knew I had to show what I could bring apart from what she put on court, and I think that was just something that threw them off court and threw them off of their game, all of our opponents. And maybe that was something they prepared for as well. I remember coming on the game against Wales and the defender shouting, "Speedy's on, Speedy's on." And I was like, well, thank you.
I will own that.
So I was like, okay, now I need to be fast because she just said it. So, yeah.
I think that's going to stick.
Yeah, so I just thought, you got to use every opportunity. Everyone's watching out there. There has been a few girls that I've had said to me, listen, they look up to me, and I was like, I know I'm doing this for them. And I know I've got to prove that I have been working hard enough and that I can listen to the coaches and I can do what they expect of me.
Yeah, and deliver. Dan, to deliver what you did. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing journey. I think most importantly, like me being able to watch that with my two kids, young kids, and feel that vibe. And my son had been to a karate tournament at the CTICC, so he kind of knew the space and then just saw it on that level. And it was just amazing. But you have done so incredibly well. I think the representation in this team is just amazing. I know there are thousands of young girls that are so interested in netball now because of you. Thank you so much. And she's only just getting started, yo. Speedy ain't going nowhere. But to all of our Proteas ladies, thank you so much for leaving everything out there. And that's not just in the World Cup, but in the build-up too, that you guys have given so much. We love you. Happy Women's Year, I'm going to call it.